everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of the Mario Party Star Rush playthrough. This weekend, we are finally moving on to some of the other modes of this game. We are finally done with Toad Scramble, so now we can check out the rest of the game and some of the other game modes that are available to us here. The first game mode we're going to be looking at is Coinathlon, and this is probably going to be the only video of Coinathlon, just due to the nature of this game. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. First off, it will ask you to choose a character, which is actually kind of interesting because, you know, you get all these characters, but then you also have the amiibo button down here. It's almost like, what's even the point? Because all of the characters are actually here. I guess Toadette would be the only character that actually needs this option because, yeah, all the other characters are amiibos. But the amiibos do grant us something else in addition to actually playing as the character you scan. If you bring an amiibo to the race, every item you get is doubled, so I guess we'll go ahead and check that out at the very least, see what that's all about. They still give you an advantage for sure, but yeah, picking an amiibo doesn't really mean too much because unlike Toad Scramble where you start with a Toad, like you always start with the character you choose, so it really doesn't matter too much. But again, it's kind of funny how Toadette is like the one character that's just kind of left out because of the fact that she doesn't have an amiibo. An official Nintendo amiibo. So we're going to go ahead and move on here. We have two options. First off, we have Rival Race. Race against your rivals. Try to score 10 wins. And Free Play. Choose the minigames and the number of laps you want to play. For this playthrough, I am just going to be doing Free Play. Because Rival Race, basically, if you want to complete this whole thing, you'll have to play 10 consecutive games without losing. I have done it before. I know I can do it. But I think for the purpose of this video, and just to kind of show off everything in one video, I think Free Play is going to be the way to go. So we're going to go ahead and get right in this. And I'll talk about how Rival Race basically works once we kind of get into this. So here you have another option for Free Play. We can choose a one-on-one race. We can do a race against 3 people. Well, against 2 people, because we are the third racer. And then you have an option for 4 racers. To make it more interesting, we'll go with 4 racers. And as far as characters are concerned, I'll just do one random draw here. Okay, so we have Mario, Peach, and Donkey Kong. I'll make sure we go through all the characters at least once. Yeah, we can do that. Actually, that works perfectly, I think. There's one character that'll go twice, but that is what it is. And as far as difficulty, I said this in the last video. I think I'm just going to be going for a very hard difficulty from now on. I am capable of beating them on Master, as we found out, but I just don't really find Master that entertaining. Like, I don't really find it that fun. I hate kind of just dealing with, like, near perfect, if not perfect AI. That's just my own personal taste. I'm sorry if this does kind of ruin, you know, kind of some of the anticipation, I guess, for some of you guys, because I do feel like on average I win more against Very Hard than I do Master. But it's just something I want to do. I want to have fun while playing this, and that's just the way it is. Although I will say, I do apologize for being such a baby about it in the last video, as I'm sure that was probably a little annoying to some of the people watching, but I was just really frustrated with some of the things that were happening in that match, so I did want to very quickly apologize about that. But with that kind of over and out, let's go ahead and move on. So next you choose the minigames. This is the one thing I don't really like about this particular mode. Because basically there are only 12 minigames you'll see in this mode, and in each game you can only do 3 at a time. So I believe for this particular playthrough what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 games, and this way I can show off all the different minigames and just kind of give you guys an idea of how this mode is supposed to work. So to start off with, let's just go ahead and do these first 3 games that are here. Tiles and Tribulations, Cheap Cheap Reach, and Silver Lining. And yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. And finally, we have to choose the number of laps we have to do. So because we want to make these kind of quick games, we're going to go with 3 laps. This should allow us to get through all the games and one video without making the video too long. So yeah, we'll go with 3 laps here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started with Coinathlon. I haven't really talked much about this yet, but I think Coinathlon is actually a very cool mode. I really love the concept of this mode. I think it's really neat. I just wish, much like a lot of the other stuff in this game, I wish it was expanded on a little bit more. But we'll get into that why in just a second. So we're going to go ahead and view the rules. A race where Mushroom Kingdom pals collect as many coins as possible. Each coin moves you 1 space. Use items to gain the upper hand, try to slow down your rivals, and as you race to reach the goal first, beware of Bowser. I don't think Bowser will actually really appear on the 3 games very much. Maybe I'll do like, 2 3-lap games, then 1 5-lap game, and then maybe 1 7-lap. The 7-lap game will take a really long time, though. That's my only reservation about doing that. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get started here. So yeah, from the very beginning of the game, you'll go ahead and start with a minigame. And your goal is to basically, do well in the minigame, as you might expect. And basically, every time you get a coin in these minigames, you'll actually be moving on the board, like, while you're in the minigame. And that's basically how this mode works, is that you're essentially trying to perform well in the minigame so you can actually win the bigger race that's happening, like in the other game, on the lower screen, the actual, like, marathon race. Which, again, is really, really cool. I think it's really, really neat how that works. So first up, we have this game, Tiles and Tribulations. Got kind of a bejeweled type of game here. I'm not really good at these types of games. These games, I'm against very hard and I'm getting destroyed. I'm probably not going to win this game of Coinathlon in general, just because I'm not very good at this game. And, like, I love puzzle games. I love figuring out these, like, kind of tile puzzle games. It's just, I can't do them fast. I can't do them fast at all. So, as you can see, my opponents are very, very far ahead of me right now. So, I have a lot of catching up to do. So, cheap reach. For this one, you need to basically grab the cheeps. You hold the A button to make your cast a bit bigger. But if you hold it too long, it'll basically crash and you have to do it over again. Obviously, you want to get the gold sheep because that's a lot of coins in your pockets. You can also use items. I haven't been really doing that. But yeah, after you get a certain number of coins, or if you actually get an item box during the actual game, you can actually use the items. Most of them are offensive items that you use on your opponents. But there's some ones that can help you as well. Like I'm using the, I currently got the double coin getter thing. I think that's, I don't know the official name of it, but yeah, times 2 coins, essentially what I have going for me right now. And wow, I'm actually, I think it's kind of good. I'm definitely catching up here after being behind quite a bit. Wow, that actually jumped me in first place. So I got really, really lucky with that. But yeah, this is where the amiibo really comes into play and actually makes things probably a bit unfair. Because I'm actually getting double the items. So because I'm getting double the items, I can harm my opponents just as much, and it really hurts them and really helps me because I can kind of focus on what I'm doing. And, you know, they get screwed over in the process. Which is always fun. You always like screwing over your competitors. It's fun. It's what Mario Party is best at. That feeling of just really, really just destroying the competition with little dumb items here and there. But yeah, a lot of the items you'll see is like, I just got hit by a blooper that blocks out a part of your screen. There's Potobos, which Potobos can be kind of annoying. They actually burn the screen and actually kind of reset your progress a little bit. You don't lose any coins or anything, because that would be kind of broken, but, Oh, wow, we actually won. We're already done. Wow. But yeah, the Potobos kind of like reset your progress and halt your progress for a little bit. Lightning slows you down. There's also Kamek, which kind of locks up your controls. There's a red coin, which I believe gives you like 3 coins or something whenever you collect a red coin. There's the triple coin, which I actually got in that minigame, where it just gives you some more coins you can collect. And there's also the double item booster, as you saw that I got earlier, and yeah, it kind of just doubles the coins you get during that time. I think those are all the items. I may have missed 1 or 2. We'll probably see more of them as we go through this, but yeah, that was the first attempt at Coinathlon. After really screwing up the first game, I completely destroyed in the second 2 games. So yeah, Tiles and Tribulations, that's my kryptonite, I guess, for this mode. But yeah, that's going to do it for the first game. Let's go ahead and, I guess, mode select is what we want. I'm going to undo the amiibo, too, though, because that's pretty unfair. And this way I can select some other characters or something. Who'd we have during that game again? Like, then we have, like, we had Donkey Kong, Wario, and Peach, I think. I'm not sure about Wario. I'll pick Wario again if it was either Wario or Mario. One of those two. Well, I'll come back to that. I'll just pick ones that I know. First of all, I want to keep being Diddy Kong. I'll just pick characters that I think were on there. So we're going to go ahead and do free play again. 4 racers. Change com. So Luigi, Daisy, and Waluigi. Yeah, I can make it work. If there is a character we use more than once, I mean, that's gonna happen regardless. Still gonna go with very hard. Now we have 3 more minigames to pick. I feel like this game will also be kind of my kryptonite. I guess just for fun, let's go this way now. So we'll pick Pinball Brawl, House of Booze, and Goomba Gold Rush. But yeah, so you have a 3-lap game, you have a 5-lap game, and a 7-lap game. Maybe I'll do a 5-lap game to finish it off, because that'll actually show off the Bowser mechanic, which we won't get to see in 3 laps. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. Now that I've kind of explained the basics of this game, we can kind of get through this a bit quicker. So these next games shouldn't be too long. So let's go ahead and play our first game, Pinball Brawl. Like I said, this could be kind of kryptonite for me as well, because I am just not good at pinball. And, like, you know, pinball's one of those things where, like, it's, you know, definitely not luck-based whatsoever. But, you know, just the fact that, like, you have to really know how to, like, move your flippers and, like, when to strike the ball, or in this case, the shell with your flippers. If you want to do well at these types of games. I think it is cool that there is a pinball minigame, because, you know, pinballs are definitely, you know, very popular arcade-like machines. And there's also enemies. As we saw there, whenever you hit a Koopa Troopa, you get an extra shell. Whenever you hit a Goomba, you get some coins. Whenever you hit a Shy Guy, you get some red coins, which is always good. And looks like Daisy actually took the victory on that one. That's interesting. So, and Waluigi's actually a little ahead too. Next up we have House of Booze. This is probably one of my favorites games that you play in Coinathlon. And yeah, that's another thing worth mentioning, is that all these games, like, you don't play these games in Toad Scramble or any of the other modes, because they're specifically made for Coinathlon. So, you know, we are going to be seeing some new types of games here, which I think is pretty neat. And again, they're all cool because they're tailored specifically for this mode. And they're tailored in a way where, for this mode, like, you know, you're making progress while you're playing them in, like, the overall game. Which is really, really neat. But yeah, you have kind of like a Pac-Man styled game here. Which is definitely interesting. And so yeah, there's the lava bubble. The Potaboo, as they're also called. As you can see, they just kind of basically reset your progress, so to speak. So you gotta look out for that. Oh no! I got Pac-Man ghosted. And my screen got locked up at the very end. That may not actually affect me too much, though. We'll have to see. Okay, so next up we have Goomba's Gold Rush. We're probably going to actually be able to do another round of Pinball Brawl, just because we're not even close to finishing the second lap yet. So yeah, basically once you get through all the mini-games, you will play through all the games again. But there are some slight differences when you play the games again, because you'll be on the level 2 variant. And basically the level 2 variants, I want to say they're more difficult, and they give you, like, more chances to, like, get coins. Like, you'll find, like, more red coins on the map and stuff. And see, I got very lucky that I got a ×2 item, because I basically stole this game because I got that. Which is kind of... you know, kind of unfortunate for the my opponents, because they have a kind of unfortunate ground to make up because of that. And I'm just destroying things right now. So we're going to be starting the next game, but because I got such a high score on that one, we're not going to be playing much of Pinball Brawl. But if I get really unlucky, then... oh, also, yeah, level 2 for Pinball Brawl. We're obviously missing the safety that we have at the bottom there, which is interesting. And I actually lost some coins, so yeah, I may not... oh wait, no, I still got it. But they were right there. They weren't too far behind, and they're most likely not finishing, like, not long after I finish. Oh, but they all surrendered anyway. That's weird. They were right there. They could have at least finished up. That game still had time left. They just wanted to get it over with so we can move on to the next game. I feel them. I see what they're going for. But yeah, that was that one. Let's go ahead and go back to Mode Select and set up the next game. And yeah, I think I will do a 5-turn game to end it off. I think that'll be fair enough. Oh yeah, we do free play, 4 racers. Here we go. Let's change comms again. Gonna do Yoshi, Toad, and Toadette. And then next game, because I'm not entirely sure, I'll have Mario and Wario. Just whoever didn't go in that first game will go then. Because I'm pretty sure Peach and DK were definitely in that game. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. So, the next games we have some of these games. Let's go with... trying to figure out which ones to pick. I guess we'll go with this one, and this one. And 3 laps yet again. Let's get this started. I'm kind of scared about the first game we're going to get for this one, but the first game for every set we've done so far has always been kind of iffy for me, so I guess it's kind of fair. Let's get ready for more coin collecting. So first up we have Rolling Rumble. This is kind of like, I guess you could kind of compare this to Bumper Balls a little bit, although it's a little more chaotic. Every time you knock off a Shy Guy, you get coins. And, you know, as we go through this, there'll be other, like, Shy Guys and stuff that we can knock over. There's the big boy that'll give us a lot of coins. This one's kind of cool, but it's such a fast-paced game, and it always freaks me out that I'm, like, doing really bad or terrible. Because I fall down a lot. I fall down more than I probably should. And again, not to get back on that topic again, but I also feel it's like a thing where I'm playing against master level difficulty. They get like 200 points or something per game because they just know the perfect way to move around these, and I don't. Did get a pretty nice score though, 85. I'm honestly surprised I actually took that one. And that was almost a full lap too, which is kind of nice. Okay, so this game is pretty interesting. You kind of really have to use your head and quick reactions on this one. But yeah, you're basically sorting mushrooms. And you're trying to put them in the right container. And you can actually speed this up a little bit if, like, you get the right flow and rhythm for this. And if you get them in the wrong one, like, it'll kind of stop the machine for a little bit. So you gotta be careful of that. And I still win. Okay, awesome. So, moving on to the next one. One Stop Toad Shop. This game can be pretty chaotic. Basically, you have to meet the demands of the Toad shoppers you got. What makes this one difficult is there's just a very, very distinct, like, you know, formula to, like, how you press the buttons and whatnot. Because you have to, like, move up, you have to click the button, move it down, click the button again. You'll get to a point where... What's a Kamek? Yeah, whenever you get Kamek, the game will freeze, so you don't, like, get screwed over because of that. But, you do have to do a little more. What do you have? I don't... Screw you, I'm not gonna pay attention to you, because you're not showing me what you want. I think it was just a... Nice flower, though. One thing I would recommend, probably, you do in this game, at least in my opinion, is use the D-pad as opposed to the control stick of the 3DS, or control nub of the 3DS. Just because, you know, with a stick, you might not necessarily be pressing, like you press left, and then, like, you're kind of pressing, like, directional up and left, and it counts it as an up input as opposed to a left input. That can kind of screw you over a little bit. Control stick problems. I think I'm just barely gonna win this. I gotta finish this. That should be enough. Oh man, I just barely beat Toadette by like 2 seconds. That was close. They're gonna surrender when they're 4 spaces from it. That was a close game. Like, yeah, I kind of screwed up there at the end, but thankfully didn't cost me too much. But yeah, there you go. That was game number 3. We're going to do one more game, and this is going to be the longest game of the games we've played today. It's going to be a 5-lap game, just so we can kind of get that Bowser experience. So yeah, we'll do this one more time. Let's go ahead and change comm. We're going to pick Rosalina, Wario, and Mario. And I believe that's all the racers have been selected at least once. So, that should do it. And the final 3 games we have, Leafboard Horde, we have Steel Diver. Shoutouts to that one game called Steel Diver on the 3DS. And what was the last one? Samurai Smackdown. So yeah, we're doing a 5-lap game now. Let's do this. So instead of getting like around 300 coins, we now have to get kind of around like 500. Probably closer to like 450, but yeah. Essentially just 2 extra laps around the board. But yeah, that's like kind of the thing. Like, this mode is really, really cool. Like, I love the idea of this mode. It's just, I wish there was more to it because, you know, once you've essentially done, like, one game of this, you've pretty much played the mode. Once you've played all the minigames, you've played the entire mode. Okay, good. I didn't get screwed over by veering to the right there a little bit. This game's kind of cool. Kind of gives me, like, little, like, flashbacks to Mario Galaxy 2. That one, I think it was Tall Trunk Galaxy, where you're sliding down the tree trunk. Kind of what it reminds me of, anyway. Hell yeah. I got the double medal at just, like, the perfect place, too, which is awesome. As far as those wondering, like, how the rival race is different, which is the other mode as opposed to free play, as I've already explained, it's basically, like, you play through... Also, I'm getting really screwed up here. Wow, I got double Kameked at the end. Wow. That prevented me from getting, like, that huge hoard of coins. That was brutal. I got Kameked twice at the very end of that. And here we have Steel Diver, which kind of reminds me of Deep Sea Salvage. Like, you even kind of control in the same way as Deep Sea Salvage from Mario Party 2, which is kind of funny. It's kind of cool. Cool and funny at the same time. Anyway, as I was saying about Rival Race, as it was pretty much explained, it's 10 straight games. You need to try to beat all 10 of the games in a row. And, you know, it kind of starts off easy because you're not playing against very hard opponents. I think you only play against, like, first you start out with easy, then at some point you move on to normal computer players, and maybe even, like, oh, I guess there is no normal. Well, there is normal, there's no easy. It's normal. I know, maybe there is easy. I don't know, guys. I don't know anymore. But yeah, you play against opponents. The difficulty can change throughout. The number of opponents you have will change throughout. And I think at some point you might have to play against very hard opponents, but I don't really know for 100% certainty. I never really felt like it was like that difficult to beat that. They never went to Master difficulty, because Master difficulty is something you have to unlock. So that's not actually in the rival race at all. Also, this is a very cool game. I like this game. Honestly, this is probably my favorite game of the bunch, because it's just really, you know, it's got skill involved, and, you know, you have to be very fast, very rhythmic in your motions. It's like a definitive Mario Party minigame, I feel like. Like, if I saw, like, a game of this concept, I'm like, hey, yeah, this is totally Mario Party. But yeah, like, you really, like, again, it's the same board every single time. There's not, like, a lot of variety in all the different boards or anything, because you're pretty much playing the same board every single time. It just, you know, how many laps are you going over it? That's really what it boils down to. Okay, so here we have Bowser. Bowser is coming, and he is not happy, so I can foresee him performing some shenaniganry in the coming turns here. And see, this game is probably interesting to you guys, because I'm not, you know, I'm not in first here. I'm trying to make a comeback and win this. So I bet that's kind of exciting. It's not exciting when I get freaking hit by lightning, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, I want to go to the right. Yay! I think I'm in the lead right now. I don't really even know. It's really, really close right now. I missed that red coin, though. But I got a lot of others. Wow, that was a lot of coins. And I think I am in first right now. Just barely, but I am in first. Uh-oh, Bowser, what are you doing? Survive the next game, or you'll be sent way back. Uh-oh. What are we doing? Dodge the flames. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that. Oh, God. So I can fall down, right? Like, I just have to dodge the flames. I don't have to dodge falling into an endless abyss. No, I think you have to dodge everything. Shit, no! Ah, damn it. That kind of sucks. Because Mario survived, so he doesn't have to fall. Although I think I survived, like, till the very end, so I don't move back as far. But Mario definitely has a lead now, so... I mean, that was right at the end, too. Why did I have to fail? That was really dumb of me. Like, you know, you guys in the comments can say, SlimKirby, you're dumb. Like, I would not be offended, because that was definitely a dumb moment. Okay, give me those coins, because I don't want to get screwed over by that. Stupid Kamek. Okay, I am on the final lap, but Mario... Mario! Stop with these stupid items. I think Mario's gonna win just because of the items. Like, I'm not saying that to complain, like, it's just fact. Like, I got item hit by there, so that slowed me down quite a bit, so I'm gonna have a bit of a harder time trying to come back from this. If I have, like, a near-flawless performance on the next game, then I should be fine. Actually, Mario just won. He's 2 spaces away. Yeah, I think Mario's got this. I'm at least gonna get 2nd place, though. I don't care. Oh, don't you dare. If I lose because of that... Got it. Okay. And they're gonna forfeit, I'm sure. Yep. Losers. So yeah, there. I didn't win them all. I think this is like the first Mario Party Star Rush game I've actually lost, like, overall game, I guess. Again, Mario used his items strategically, and like my opponents in general, because that's, that one item stuff, the item stuff that happened at the very end of the first, like, tree game, and the item stuff at the very beginning of the last submarine game. That's what kind of held me back there. But I gave it a good shot, that's all I can really say, and honestly I had fun. And that's basically it. Like, that's Coinathlon. I think it's a really fun game. Like, it's really cool in concept. I just wish there was a little more to it. I wish there was a way you could actually do more than just 3 games, because, you know, just doing the same 3 games over and over again, you know, it is kind of lame, because it's like, there's so many other good, cool games in there. And if you get, like, 3 really bad ones, it's like, this is just annoying. But, yeah, really, really cool mode. I really enjoyed that, and I'm glad they included it, and I would like to see something like this again, just maybe with some extra content, maybe some new boards. Although I guess boards really wouldn't change much because, again, it's... you're not really moving around the board. It's what you do in the minigames that moves you around the board. But still, again, really, really cool idea. So that's going to do it for that. Next mode we're going to be working on is Balloon Bash. Balloon Bash does have multiple boards, so there are going to be multiple videos for this mode. But it's not going to be as long as Toad Scramble. It's probably only going to be like 3 videos. So I'll probably do the first one of these tomorrow, and I'll do the next 2 the following weekend, and after that we'll move straight on to the next stuff. So yeah, it's not going to take as long as the other stuff we've been doing. Or as Toad Scramble, anyway. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, folks.